the sound you hear, Brandon.
Yep. Hey, it's
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
that's 3 weeks in a row, pal.
I know.
Or 4. This is 4 weeks in a row.
With huge news on the horizon, by the way.
Oh yes.
And that is the return of Maddie Ming.
Yes. Well, Maddie Ming next week will be on us when we do
Next week, we're going to do live from Boner Jams.
live from Boner Jams, the much ballyhooed, the much talked about False Finish podcast live.
Yeah, it's a couple years in the making.
Mostly just something I've lobbied for, and then get way too drunk in the day to actually
Yeah.
set up. So next week we're going to set it up beforehand, before we start drinking.
That's why, if you're wondering why I'm dressed this way, no, I'm not trying to be Bray Wyatt. I'm happy for Boner Jams.
I know. This is the pre-Boner Jams podcast. The last podcast we do prior to Boner Jams.
So, yeah, Ming will finally be with us next week.
Yes. We'll finally all be in the same place at the same time.
It'll be a Spot Monkey false finish.
Well, I consider the False Finish podcast is the pre-show to the False Finish Spot Monkey production, False Finish production Spot Monkey Radio SummerSlam live stream.
That's going to be an interesting, good time.
Yes. It's going to be chaos because if everybody comes that says they're going to come and is willing to like participate in the stream, it's going to be madness.
I don't think you have much of a choice.
No. Well, yeah, no. This is the year we're putting our foot down with the content. Like,
Yeah.
this is
I
happening.
don't even know. I mean, listen, it might rain. We might wind up staying
could.
inside and having to do it in here anyway.
Which
But
I wouldn't hate, to be honest.
it all depends on how hot it is.
Yeah.
It's-
I mean,
it's
it becomes
like right
more cumbersome to do the False Finish podcast live.
Another reason why I'm wearing this fancy shirt, because I feel like I'm in Havana right now. How hot
Buddy,
it is outside.
it is like
Fucking crazy, man.
this whole summer. I think it's like
It's too much to heat.
we've set record temperatures.
It's too much. You know what the fuck crazy? I haven't gone to my pool.
Well, you don't ever go in the pool
I
anyway.
never do.
Like,
Just don't. And I should. I take care of that goddamn thing.
yes, and the amount of money that you spend.
If I can have a nickel for every time we've had this conversation on podcast,
We'd have a shitload of fucking nickels.
I know. I'd have
At least 5.
I'd have at least 80 cents.
We'd have at least 5 nickels because we've been doing this podcast at least 3 or 4 summers.
Yeah. It's a good time, though.
Yeah.
How else have you been?
I'm all right, man. You know,
Yeah.
just taking things one day at a time. Yeah.
We're starting the podcast slow today. We're going to start slow, low and slow, like a slow cooker.
Yeah.
Cook us some
Well,
pulled pork today.
we can't come right out of the gates hot. We gotta start off.
Well, listen. New York sports hasn't gotten any better.
no,
so
we
we're
don't
not-
have. Here's the thing: is the central tenet of this show, which is I know it's like
Mostly sports.
a comedy podcast that talks about sports.
Yeah.
We're just not talking about it,
Yeah.
like because there's just
It's so bad.
quite frankly nothing to talk about.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like over it.
Even just sports in general for me just hasn't been.
It's just not fun, yeah.
Although I did win $200 last night.
Hey, what'd you win that on? How'd you win that much?
It was a 5. I parlayed a bunch of underdogs in MLB, and they all hit. And I was ironically in the uncomfortable position of rooting for the Red Sox to have to beat Atlanta for it to happen, and they did, and I was like, "Yay, Red Sox!" And it felt really dirty. But then that $200 hit.
As a Yankee fan, you always...
Yeah, and it was the guy. I've been following this guy. He's like Vegas handicapper type on social media for a while, and he just like starts. He used to sell picks, and then he just said, "Fuck it, I've already made enough money. Here's a bunch of shit for free.
Okay.
Just join my Telegram channel, and so I could sell your information."
Yeah.
Which I consider that a trade-off. But there's a couple days where he was like 50-50, 50-50, and then this last one day, the one day I didn't play, he went. It was like 8 picks usually per day, and he went 7-1.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, all right,
Not
now I'll
bad.
play it. Then the next day, it was like an all-time bad day. It was like 3-14,
Okay.
and then the next day I bounced back and had a pretty good day. So
I can never do gambling, dude.
I probably shouldn't, but I get on some of these like streaks where I'm like, okay, like keep it going, and then let's see if I can keep the momentum going, because we got a month until football season. Like hopes will spring eternal once. Even like I know you don't watch college football, but
I don't.
I will be in my glory, because that's why I moved 2 TVs into my living room
Yeah.
for college football Saturdays, so I could just have the CBS game on one TV, the Fox game or the ESPN game on another TV, and just that's my day.
How do you feel about the Barbie success, bro? Fucking thing made $300 million.
Yeah, no, I knew it was going to be successful just because it was going to be like this irreverent, and they were going to get all these adults for like nostalgia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I could have gone and seen it today, but I was coming down here, like on my way down here.
Why are you gonna go see Barbie?
I kind of interested in how absurd it's going to be. Like,
I guess
I think it's going to be a very silly comedy. Also, I love like Ryan Gosling. I think Ryan Gosling's one
they
of
said
the
he steals the movie.
Ryan Gosling's one of the low key funniest people like in movies.
The funniest part of the movie.
Yeah,
That's part of the movie.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
ever since Nice Guys, like I was kind of on the fence of the things, but before that, because like other than that, it was like,
It's a little too men suck for me.
is it though?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh.
I read some of the reviews and everything.
Yeah. See, I don't like.
And I read the synopsis.
It's a very silly movie about people who think they're dolls.
It's indicative of the era.
It's a silly movie about people who think they're dolls. I'm not gonna like.
No, they like they do that
Feel
meta
bit-
shit where they walk into the real world. Like
Yeah.
she wants to become like Pinocchio.
Yeah.
I want to become a real girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, do me a favor. Shut up.
But here's the thing: is Barbie was always like that. Like Barbie was always going to be like, you
Although
don't.
no, this is basically
You don't
saying,
need a man to do all these
No.
things for you.
That's quite opposite.
No, it's literally what the
Oh,
Barbie.
apparently Barbie. At least this is what the plot. Spoiler alert for anybody who's listening. They said that it's like was trying to teach girls like, oh, be a cook.
Yeah. That was always the message of Barbie.
Under the thumb of men.
Oh.
Ken. And then because it's all white men, like Will Ferrell is the head of Mattel, and like they're all trying to get her back in the box. It's like so dumb.
Meta.
Yeah, it's just so dumb.
I like meta things. I could watch them.
Ugh.
But no, the only reason why I didn't do the Barbenheimer double feature was I had shit to do.
I wouldn't do that even if I had nothing to do.
No, I would have, because you know me, I could go spend.
I mean, but listen, I
I could waste 6 hours.
if there's something I want to see less than Barbie, it's a movie about a man who makes a bomb.
See, I like Nolan enough to go.
It's like, all right, come on, we're not
go
gonna
see
see how he wrote an equation that says, oh, if we put this together, this will be.
No, it
perfect.
was just like it was the greatest minds of the time trying to figure out how to defeat the Nazis. And also, hey, we should probably do this before the Russians do it too, because if the Russians do it, shit would be bad. We don't want to be under the thumb of the goddamn commies.
Yes, damn commies. It's goddamn commie sons of bitches.
But like, if people have seen Oppenheimer, say it's like Nolan's masterpiece.
Oh, it's good. He's gonna get Oscars. He's gonna get
Yeah.
Oscars for sure.
No, yeah, Nolan will definitely.
Scarecrow's gonna get a couple of awards.
Yeah, he's gonna get the nomination for sure because.
Downey Jr. will probably get an award.
Yeah, because people have raving about his performance. You know, he was going to be Batman, Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy's a wrestler, isn't it?
Uh,
No, Cillian Murphy's a wrestler.
yeah, whatever. The guy who plays.
Scarecrow.
Yeah, he was originally auditioned for Batman and did like
Yeah,
screen
well, low
tests.
key, Tom Hiddleston auditioned for Thor.
Yeah,
They're like, dude, you're not jacked.
no, and what they did is like, you'd be great. That was a great thing, but Christian's like.
Christian,
So much better than you.
Christian has this cool voice that he does. You don't have a cool voice.
Yeah,
dude.
you don't have the. He doesn't have the Batman voice.
You don't
I
have
think
a
that's
cool
what.
voice.
I think he just probably just did the voice, just like,
Yeah.
I'm your Batman now.
I'm the Batman.
Swear to me.
I could give you the best shape of my life.
This isn't a car.
He walked in after the machinist who's mad thin. They're like, Christian, you sure you're gonna be able to bulk up?
Yes.
You watch.
Or he just Bateman them.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Just like, yeah.
That guy's
I will
been a
be
journeyman.
there. Yeah, I'll be there.
I like Equilibrium. You ever see that movie? It's him and Tay Diggs.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty good movie.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good movie. Came out in like 2003.
Yeah, it's
Kenny,
like-
Kenny, friend of the podcast, turned me on that. Kenny's like this. You gotta watch Equilibrium, bro. It's so good.
I mean, when he hits on something, he hits on something. But then sometimes when he
Then sometimes he suggests Alexander.
I suggested to. I admit the movies I suggested. There was one time, like when we went to go see Nice Guys, I didn't know how you felt about Shane Black movies.
I love those movies.
Yeah, I was like, oh boy, I hope he likes this. I don't know if this is really. his
I
thing.
enjoyed that movie. Well, I know it gets a lot of bad reviews, but I thought that movie was pretty
It was
good.
a silly fucking movie.
Yeah, it was great. It That's a typical Shane Black movie, though.
Yeah.
But didn't he got canceled?
I don't remember.
Yeah, he got canceled for what he did on Predator. The Predator.
Oh.
Because he did some shit to some broad.
No. Well.
He got all fucking canceled because of it.
I mean, are we really going to be canceling stuff for people did 30 years ago?
No, the remake. The remake.
Oh, I thought like
No,
the
yeah.
first Predator. Because
No,
wasn't he
remake.
involved with that too?
He was. He was in it, and he directed it. He wrote it. He wrote Lethal Weapon.
Speaking of canceled, R.I.P. to the original person to be canceled, Sinead O'Connor.
She died, right?
Yeah. And she was right too. It's crazy thing. The thing that Sinead O'Connor got canceled for, she was.
What was her song that she was known for? Nothing
compares
to you. Right, that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, rest in peace, Sinead.
Yeah. And she got canceled for ripping up a picture of the Pope on Saturday Night Live for his alleged taciturn support of or covering up of a massive sex abuse scandal in the church.
The kids, right?
Yeah, and then
Sinead O'Connor's like, I'm not standing for this.
I'm not standing. I mean, you got your Becky Lynch voice.
I'm not
standing for this.
I'm not going to stand up for this. I'm going to
rip up a picture of the Pope on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, you watch me. I'm going to suck you in the eye if you have something else to say.
No, I'm not going to let him diddle these little kids.
Get out of here. Little good did that. How good did that do her?
Well, I get
They're
it.
still fucking kids.
It ruined her career, but she was at least willing to take a stand for something that was right.
You know what? I'm going to hit you with a little bit of conspiracy theories.
I mean, yeah, we're going to go into it anyway because they've already
Let's just jump. Let's just jump off the cliff right now.
We've confirmed there was a guy testifying before Congress under oath that he has proof that the U.S. has a recovered biologics from crashed extraterrestrial spacecraft. So, yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Now that cat's out of the bag.
My girlfriend keeps bringing up a thing called Project Bluebeam. You hear about that?
Yeah, maybe.
Where they're going to basically use an alien invasion to unite us all into one world government or some shit. Now,
who's the they? Again, the they
this is
situation.
my thing. This is my thing. Like,
what's the they? You have to define the they.
Here's my thing with conspiracy theories.
Yeah, it's always they, and it's a nefarious
they're the ones that always hate like superhero movies and Mission Impossible movies. But then they always come up with these things that you would see in a Mission Impossible movie.
These ridiculous, and it's always some nefarious, shadowy they. Like, okay,
listen, I'm not saying that they couldn't be right. Maybe, I don't know, but it just sounds insane.
Are we talking about the federal government here? Because the federal government really
maybe it's a shadow government like in Avengers. Remember that?
The Shadow Council that's meeting.
The council, the World Council.
Shield. Yeah, I don't. Again, anytime you start off with a thing with they, who's the they that we're talking about here? Define your they.
Yeah, like for instance, all these people that are seeing things on planes now. Did you see this?
Yeah, the lady that freaked out. Yeah,
There's a bunch of people that are freaking out though now.
I think that
boxer that freaked out, and then I just saw my girl played a video yesterday. It was like some old lady freaking out about saying that you're the devil's up there. The devil's up there. Well, first off, now obviously me and you know what it is. It's probably overdosing of shrooms or just marijuana, edibles,
or
could be that.
Yeah,
or maybe it just could be lack of sleep.
Yeah,
who knows what it is? But what do you think they're seeing?
I mean, I don't doubt they're seeing what they're seeing. I just the reality of what they're seeing. Like I'm sure that lady saw.
My girlfriend keeps saying AI people. I go, what is AI people?
Like,
because that's what they're claiming. She's not like
the AI is creating flesh and blood.
She's saying
organics,
people are claiming that it could be like robotic people, like that one girl that
I just watched the movie yesterday, like The World's End, like an extraterrestrial force has invaded the planet and replacing.
Yeah, I looked at her. I was like, I think maybe you should watch Secret Invasion on Disney Plus.
Or The World's End. Watch The World's End.
Because on Disney Plus, like right now, we'll talk about it right now anyway, because we'll just transition right into that.
Yeah.
Like, if they were to infiltrate us, wouldn't that be the easiest way? Like, we see.
Yeah. No, you take something down from the easiest way to take anything down
from the inside.
Is from the inside. Yeah. It might not be the fastest way to do things. The fastest way to do things is brute force, but the easiest way.
Yeah, but a brute force, you destroy things.
You're going to have some collateral damage on either side.
I think if they are seeing aliens, maybe it's that way. Maybe it's like things are slipping at high altitudes.
Well, no, because this woman, like, she saw the plane hadn't even taken off yet.
That's why she was like, "This motherfucker's not real."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she might have had a few too many cocktails at the bar. I'm not.
I just don't understand what they was. I would love to see what they were seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had those kind of experiences on a plane. Like usually when we're flying, I'm focused on getting on the plane.
Yeah.
And then getting off the plane.
Just wanting the plane land safely home.
Yeah. Or like get
I
on the
think
plane.
that's why everybody's like, well, how come everybody's so calm while she's screaming that? Why are they so calm?
Because people just want to go home.
People want to go home. People
Or go to wherever they're going.
All right, lady, don't do this.
Yeah, they know it's going to be like at least another hour before they take off
Because of the
again.
world we live in now, the first thing anybody goes to now is, well, this lady overdosed herself.
Or again, had a few too many
Alcoholic beverages.
had a few too many wines at the glasses of Merlot at the bar
Exactly.
or in the Admiral's Club.
Couple green apple fucking teenies.
Yeah,
You know,
or that and some Vikings and
mix it with a little bit of perks.
yeah, and just
Uppers, downers, snoots, and snorts.
You're seeing all
Next
kinds
thing you
of
know, everybody's fake.
shit. Yeah, man.
It's true.
I don't know what this woman was taking, but yeah, I don't doubt she saw what she saw.
I think if they saw something serious, they would be on the news. They'd be everywhere.
Yeah, there would be more than one person.
I just think they go home and they go, fuck, I can't. Don't give me a star death. I cannot take 2,000 milligrams in one shot. It doesn't put me to sleep.
I start to see fucking shadow people.
I'm not going to eat an entire 1-Up bar anymore. I'm not going to do it.
I would.
I mean,
Fuck yeah, I would.
are you going to see the devil on a plane, though? These
Uh,
people apparently are seeing demons, devils, aliens. They're seeing
I wouldn't see
something.
the devil. I would start laughing a lot, and like I think I can maintain
Yeah.
my craziness. I might have to go in the bathroom a couple times and like
Level out or whatever.
yeah, just like no, just to like go back to baseline. Like
Yeah, level out.
yeah, just like okay, this is where you are.
Good.
Sometimes you have to look yourself in the eye and be like, okay, this is what's happening. This is where you are. This is reality.
plane.
This is it. This is it. You have to convince yourself and then maintain.
I tend to just stare at the airplane thing.
Oh yeah, the tracker.
Yeah.
You're a fucking lunatic. Watch a movie. Like just
No.
watch a movie. Sleep.
I mean, I will watch
what
a movie if it's a good
crazy
movie.
person does.
If it's not, just leave that shit on. Just watch it.
That's
we're over Kansas now.
that's what a psycho does.
Oh, stop. I gotta be quite honest with you. I'm checking myself out in this camera.
The fedora,
I don't see anything wrong with this look.
the Hawaiian short fedora look is going to be a new thing for you.
I think it might be time for me to move to Florida.
Oh, buddy, I could know.
Let's
You
move
think
to-
you're complaining about this, but it's way worse in Florida,
That was just more of a reason to stay in my house.
and it's year round.
Even more of a reason to stay in my house.
Yeah.
I'll move to Del Boca Vista right now.
And at some point in time, around this point in time of the year, depending on where you live, the weather could just destroy everything.
Could I theoretically, if I wanted to, move into an old folks home in Florida right now?
You got about another 20 years.
I gotta wait.
20 years.
That sucks.
Maybe 15, depending on the
Because I
community.
would just think to myself, like, I'm
Because
so
some of them
young.
are 55 plus.
I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm so young, like well, I'm not so
But
young.
not
I'm
really,
I'm
though.
40. 15 years, I'll be there.
55.
Yeah.
55. Like a lot of those places, 55 and up.
So like, think about it this way: if I went there at 40, they're all in bed by like 7 p.m. I would have run of
Run of the place. But there would also be nothing going on. You'd be able, yes, you would have free run of the place, but it would just be nothing.
I just be like this. What have I done?
And then people would be like, shut up, I'm trying to sleep over here.
Shut that motherfucker up! I'm like, shut up, you.
Shut up,
stupid-"
Irving.
Yeah.
There's always an Irving or a Gloria in every single.
Beth, Ruth.
Or a Sheila.
Yeah, she.
There's always a Sheila. There's always a Sheila, an Irving, or a Gloria in any place in
Was
Florida.
Harold.
Harold.
Yeah. Shut up, Harold.
Which, like, those are names you just don't see anymore. Like,
Those are old white people names.
old white people names. Although some of them do start coming, like,
That's because
apparently.
all the people now that have babies, they name their kids after fruits and shit.
Well, no, because there are some people, you get, like, some of the hipsters that have kids, and they'll, like, try and bring those names back. Because I'm sure there's probably a few hipster kids that name their daughter Millicent or, like, Gertrude.
I guess.
Just to be like
Gertrude.
just to be contrarian.
If you name your kid Gertrude, you should be sad.
Unless it's a specific, like your grandmother was Gertrude and she like was a very influencing part of your life, and she died.
Oh, Gertie.
She died before you could have children, and you want to constantly remember her by.
Oh, God. Gertie's...
Oh! I would just like, there was this smudge on the screen, and it was annoying me.
Jesus Christ, this guy is something else.
No, this is the ADD kicking in. Like,
Something else.
Like, something fucking freaks me out. Or not freaks me out, something gets to me, and I'm like staring at it, and I'm like, yes, now's the time to do this. All right, how do I?
No, there's a knob on the side.
I see.
Push it in. Push it in. There you go.
There we go. There we go. Okay.
What am I going to do with this guy? Anyway.
Put me in some sort of padded cell or, something.
So,
but yeah.
People seeing things on planes now.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I mean, I'm always the easiest explanation is always the simplest. And that's usually the right one. And it's, lady probably had a few too many cocktails.
Do you think even back in the day, like that's why they thought they saw witches and shit, because they were just all drunk and
meh. I mean, no. Well, the literally the Salem witch trial, they right, it was LSD.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was like a contamination of the ergot crop, and that's literally how fucking the guy who created LSD discovered it. I was like, oh shit! And he took this and was Albert Hoffman, like.
So wait a minute, you're saying that they were like just tripping
this plant that they used for whatever, like in their common everyday life, it had been contaminated and created proto LSD essentially.
They were basically just tripping.
And they were fucking tripping. She's a witch. Oh my God! I saw her dancing with the devil. Yeah, and
because she's probably tripping on LSD and dancing with a squirrel.
Or she might have been like just dancing. Like they might have all been like, always go to the movie where they're all just like,
dude. Yeah.
Well, no, remember like in the
Crucible.
Yeah, in the Crucible where they were all just dancing in the woods naked. Like might have been doing that kind of stuff, just on LSD. Like that was what.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then someone saw that and was like, "Fucking Satan! These are the tools of Satan. Burn them!" And that's how the Salem witch trials happened. LSD.
My girl wants to go there.
Does she want to go there on LSD?
No. Damn. No, we're not going to go there on LSD. We're going to go there and check it out, though.
We'll have fun with that.
Yeah, I'll go
Remember, balls for football.
I don't really...
So you're going to have to so you're scheduling the Giants bye week?
It's not even. It's just the Giants are going to suck. You know that.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Here we go. Preseason fucking...
This is like, I'm at least in the optimistic phase at this point.
All right,
they brought back Saquon for next year.
For 1 year.
Okay.
They have no in terms to bring him back.
Okay.
Past that.
But okay. No. But it's not like they're not going to never look into like negotiating a new contract. They've just, okay, we're going to take care of you this year.
I just think guys need to understand that running backs are a dime a dozen. Doesn't matter how good you are, they'll find another one in the draft.
They will. You have to be very special, I think. Like when Zeke got his contract, and I know it fucking came back,
but
and he just got
cut. It bit the Cowboys in the ass.
Yeah, it did. It hampered them as far as.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's like everybody sees that. They're like, yo, running backs. I mean,
yeah,
and Saquon was hurt a lot.
He was. No, he did miss like 2 years.
Yeah. So let's not sit there and act like he carried the Giants to anything because he hasn't.
But
so they're not missing much. And listen, I was a huge Saquon supporter. I love him. I think he's a great player. But I just don't see what he brings to the table.
He's got to have like,
especially now that they've gone all in on Daniel Jones,
a top 3, top 5 rushing season, top 5 touchdown season.
He's going to have to do a lot to earn a contract.
Yeah, and I think on a contract year,
I think anywhere, because I think all teams now kind of see through the running back. They see through that veil.
Well, no, because there's some teams that are still like the Patriots are still very much a run heavy offense. At least as long as Belichick is calling plays, they're going to be.
Listen, we got another week. Don't worry.
Look,
next week.
Have you seen our quarterback? That's why I'm running it to Ramondre Stevens 47 times a game. We're not really totally sure on Mac, but he's really good at handing the ball off. So he's our quarterback.
Bill Belichick.
They said there are people that they say Patriots insider. This guy who's like had a lot of stories before for the Patriots apparently says Belichick might be on the hot seat.
Well, yeah, because it's the mystique is over.
Here's the thing: is I don't think Belichick is ever quote.
Can we
unquote,
just
on the hot
admit
seat.
that him and that Brady sold their souls to Satan?
I don't think they made
Dynasty.
I don't think they made a deal with the devil. I just think they were willing to go above and beyond to levels that
I think they sold their souls.
other teams were not willing to.
Tom Brady has to kiss kids on the mouth for the rest of his life.
That's his punishment. People have to think. Well, apparently he's like dating some other woman now. Like Tom Brady's doing well for himself. Single Tom.
It's because he's taking pictures in his underwear, posting shit on
Again,
Instagram.
until they're actually playing games, like preseason games, I'm not ruling it out that he comes back.
He ain't coming back. I think he's done. Isn't he going to be a play-by-play?
Yes, that's what he's going to do if he's not playing. But
I have a feeling he's going to be not good. Didn't really look like he had
no,
much personality.
I think he would be good because I think he's going to devote it to the same level that he took playing.
I guess.
Like he's gonna study film. He's gonna have.
My
He's not
favorite-
gonna want to come off and seem like a dumbass.
My favorite football player team is Eli and Peyton when they do.
Because they're basically just doing a podcast.
Yeah, I love them too.
They're just doing a live podcast,
Man,
and ESPN did that, and they're just like gold.
they're like, whoops, fell ass backwards into that one.
Yeah. Boy,
ESPN.
yeah. What do we got to do to keep this fucking gravy train rolling?
Fire everybody else. That's what they did.
Yeah, that and pay Pat McAfee. I think that's what they'll have now for Monday Night
Pat
Football.
McAfee. Can you talk about another guy who fell ass backwards and all this shit?
Yeah.
Because I watched this show. It's not that good.
He's entertaining,
It's
and he's
just
got
the same
good
bullshit every week.
He's got good camaraderie with his people.
He had enough money from football to start a podcast and
Yeah.
get enough of a following.
And then he went to Barstool.
That's what I'm saying. To get like
To
he had
grow
enough
to-
of because he was a football player, so he could get on these things.
Yeah.
You know, like listen, I'm not saying that because he's famous he got but it's an easier path when you're a football player.
Yeah, when you were
you have an agent, you have all this shit. They
not
never
just
have.
not just an NFL player, but at his position, he was
punter, right?
He was among the elite.
Yeah.
So he was getting paid.
So I'm saying, so it's like it was easy for him to start this shit.
Well, it was easy for him to do it because he could build his own infrastructure.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, exactly.
he wouldn't if he was in the league 20 years ago.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been able to do this. He would have had to go the
That's
traditional.
like Tom Segura, like watching him and things succeed like that. It's like
But again,
Holy
it's the person having the financial resources to build the infrastructure to do it. Because now, as long as you have build your own infrastructure, you are the network.
It's impressive to see these people succeed.
Yeah, it's the democratization of content is what it is. We're very lucky to have come up in that
How do
era.
you think that's gonna end?
I think the bubble bursts when every human alive has their own channel and no one is watching and everyone's just
Oh, it's
creating.
happening, dude. Everybody.
No, because there are people out here, because I talk to enough people that when I say I make content and all this other stuff, they're just like, I don't know how you do that. And I'm just like, really? Because I just talk.
Some people enjoy just a regular
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
I'm,
Some
you know,
people take they're constantly the little voice in my head that I have.
I've had regular.
The self-doubt voice like that. Who would ever want to listen to me?
I think I could do a regular job. Yeah. I mean, if I was able to physically and mentally. A lot of issues. Can't do those things anymore. But if I could, I'd probably get myself a good, well-paying
job. I am looking for. You don't want to be a writer for WWE?
Why are they hiring?
It could be.
Does this count?
I mean,
I've written a bunch of shit.
Yeah, true.
I've written for wrestling for years.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that count?
it would.
What the fuck? How come I don't get a job? Then again, I would have to answer to the head writer, and then he would have to answer to somebody else.
And then he would have to answer to somebody else.
Exactly. And then when he gets shit on, I get shit on.
Yeah.
It's like,
When Triple H yells at that guy who comes up to
yeah,
him.
exactly.
I'm sure he's probably a yeller.
Who knows? That's what I'm saying. You never want to be yelled at by your hero.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I've been yelled at by this guy.
That's probably, I would.
Motherfucker, you was on TV when I was a kid crotch chopping. You're yelling at me because I told you to punch
You
some
humped
drums
a
out?
dead body
Exactly.
in a funeral home.
Get the fuck out of here. I can't. I'm sorry. I would never be able to
We can't take you seriously.
Yeah. Buddy, I watched you literally go on TV and hump a dead body.
I watched you compliment another man's balls as he took a bump,
Yeah.
as they fell out of his shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really
Yeah.
How do you feel about this writers thing? You think AI is just going to be like, don't worry, you don't need to hire them back. We'll
I mean, I'm always going to be on the side of labor in this situation. I think it's weird if you take the side of management.
But management isn't it smart though? Because AI.
I understand what they're doing, but like, are you going to get the same quality out of an AI that you would get out of a human? I don't think yeah, you could probably mass produce something, but I'm sure you're going to need a human to come through and edit the AI to just like make sure everything is cohesive and ideal. So you're still going to need human element. Like they're not just going to have the AI write the script and not proofread it and not like say, oh wait, this doesn't make sense. I don't think we should do that. Like there is still going to be some sort of human creative input on these things. That's going to take a writer.
Yeah.
So you have to, the true solution is the happy medium, is finding the balance between the two. I mean, again, if these are about money, and like again, 80% of your workforce isn't like these elite actors that are like traveling on private jets and stuff like that. A lot of these are like the working common actors, the bit players and stuff like that, people that don't have millions of dollars in the bank. Pay these people more. Like all these corporations on every level is always reporting record profits and all these other things. Like then you could afford to pay these people a sustainable living wage.
The writers, you mean?
The writers, the SAG.
Especially the writers, I think.
Yeah.
The writers are the ones that create the world.
Yeah, and especially like the writers are the ones that a lot of these guys get shit on the most, because unless you're like on a hit show.
Unless your name is Alan Sorkin.
Or like Chuck Lorre or something like that. You've produced like dozens of hit shows. You're literally writing job to job.
Yeah, it's
like, all right, hey, this season I'm working on this show. Maybe I'll get called back
to
this, or I don't know. I got to find another job. And you're literally, it's a week to week paycheck.
Yeah.
Like that's why a lot of like comedians do it to underwrite their thing, because it's steady pay. Coming in, you get a job. That's your weekly job. You write. You work on a writer's room.
Comedians are very good at writing.
Yeah,
especially funny.
And then on the weekends, you don't have to be there. And you don't have to be there when they do production.
Yeah.
You go fuck off and do whatever you want.
Yeah, like Ike Buchholz wrote Central Intelligence.
Yeah.
That's what he was. I was watching a podcast with him. He just said all we did was write after Mad TV. I said, all right, I'm going to be a writer. But it sucks because now, like I said, now they're on strike because you could just type into an AI thing, write me a movie with Mel Gibson and this guy, and Arnold Schwarzenegger as the bad guy.
Yeah, but then you're still going to need somebody to proofread what the AI write.
Because it's just going to write weirdness. Because even like Will Sass, they said they did a full episode of South Park. Mm-hmm. And Will Sasso said it wasn't funny, it wasn't good. Like, you need Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
It was kind of like the Family Guy episode with the manatees.
Okay.
It was just a lot of random stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was still funny, but you could tell the parts that were written by the AI.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what's interesting now is we're already seeing the content well start to dry up.
What do you mean?
Because they're not producing shows for the fall season. They're not in production anymore because SAG isn't working.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
So all these networks are scrambling to fuck, what are we going to do in the fall? And so
isn't this what kind of led to reality TV?
Sort of, but even like
it's going to lead to the Running Man, son. We're finally going to get
Hunger
Running
Games.
Man. Yeah, Hunger Games are like Running Man.
No. You're seeing like people like shift around. Like CBS has already announced that they're going to air Yellowstone on network CBS.
Like on
primetime CBS Channel 2.
Unedited though.
I'm sure they'll fucking edit it unless they're playing it on 10 o'clock, and even that CBS too. I don't know if you can get away with.
That's what I'm saying. Yellowstone's
mostly more of anything, the violence and the sex.
That's what I'm saying. Violence and like the cursing
and sex.
There's a lot of sex.
Like because after 10 o'clock you get away with cursing.
That's what I'm saying. We'll see.
There's a lot of sex. I mean, they don't like show like people actually having sex.
Show a little penetration. He goes out. He busts a couple of skulls. He comes back with full penetration. Busts some skulls.
But a lot of heavily like, oh, these people definitely had sex, where they talked about like, yeah, you're gonna take me home tonight. And like,
I take me home tonight. I assume they'll play that because if you're gonna show these, it has to be what you would see on
Yeah,
the app.
what you would have
Otherwise,
to
you just
see
get
on-
the fucking app. Why would you watch on CBS? But it's because they want to get the 80-year-old or the 75-year-old that still
That
watches.
does, but here's the thing: is like I don't know if anybody like Yellowstone's already on.
Like I just got my father a smart TV,
Right.
and I just showed him
How they do things in the
yeah,
future.
I said, what do you want to watch? And he said, I don't know. I said, you want to watch Star Wars? He goes, sure.
Disney Plus.
I sent him to Disney Plus, and he goes, what the fuck?
Everything Disney.
Yeah, I said, you got Nat Geo here if you want to watch things about animals, too, because he likes watching, like, the Serengeti stuff. Mm-hmm. Then I went down here, and I said to him, I was like, we got HBO Max, too, a Max. He goes, okay. It's Turner Classic Movies, son.
Yeah.
All your movies are on here. And he's just like, oh. I'm like, yeah, you don't need, like, and I go, and guess what? Guess what? I was like, no commercials.
No commercials. You don't have to worry about it.
You're not going to flip the channel to the next thing. You could just watch the movie through.
Yeah, straight there.
Oh, yeah, and he's just like, what? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the 21st century.
You don't need fucking TV no more, man.
You don't need a cable box anymore.
I don't use it.
Unless
I
you're like
only
us,
use it for Monday Night Raw.
sports, live sports. That's the only reason why I still keep. The
I watch
cable
Monday
box.
Night Raw and I DVR SmackDown.
No.
I don't even watch SmackDown. I just watch the shit on the internet.
Live sports. That's the only reason why I think I still pay for. A
Maybe
cable box.
I don't even do that anymore. Honestly,
Because again,
I'm very happy with the apps. I'm very happy with watching the same. I guess we'll talk about this at the end of the podcast, but
Sure.
let's just get through it. But I'm reading right here on Collider that the Secret Invasion finale is one of the worst reviewed Marvel things that ever happened.
I mean, this of all the Marvel series that I've watched, that's why I have the preference I watch. I did not watch the Marvels because
Well, Miss Marvel, you mean?
Because
The Marvels is
Miss
the movie
Marvel. Yes,
coming
I
out
didn't
later.
watch Miss Marvel. Because I don't think I was the target demo quite for that.
Yeah.
But I would probably say that's probably the weakest of all the.
I was not
shows.
impressed at all by it.
I wasn't impressed. I just was like, okay. I liked Olivia Colman in it. Like there were parts, there were things that I liked.
I
about
felt like it felt flat. It felt like it kind of like how I felt about Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I felt like it was rushed. They rushed through it to get to the end.
get to the end. Yeah.
I feel like they didn't tie up enough loose ends. They didn't explain enough. I mean, I understand. I understand like what you said about like protocols and they wouldn't tell things this.
Yeah.
Then I understand what Ming was saying about like how did they like if more Avengers were infiltrated,
Right.
I would have understood your point.
Right.
But it was only Rhodey.
It was only Rhodey. Yes.
And from what somebody pointed out, Rhodey was still wearing
In the hospital gown. Yeah.
his hospital gown, so it was probably right after Civil War.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my question. How come more Avengers didn't get infiltrated? Like, that would have been more of a shock at the end if you would have just saw, like, Rhodey looks down and he sees, like, Thor or somebody. He sees a
Yeah, that's
couple
what
other
I'm
guys.
saying. Like, it would have been interesting if, like, while Thor was off doing Thor things,
Yeah.
I know there was a Skrull Thor pretending to be Thor.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you would have walked down, you would have saw Downey Jr.
Yeah.
You know, that would be like, wait a minute. Does that mean Tony Stark didn't die?
Yeah.
Just all crazy
That
stuff.
was a Skrull Tony
You
Stark.
could have played all kinds of crazy stuff. Or maybe Captain America. There was a Steve Rogers there. Or some shit. Who knows?
Yeah.
There was so much you could have played with. I felt like they fucked up with. And I feel like they just wanted to give Nick Fury his thing.
Yeah.
They wanted to give Amelia Clark, but which I think you could have casted her in 100 different roles, by the way. Again, I just feel like these things are rushed to get out. I feel like they're not... I honestly believe the superhero bubble popped in 2019 with Infinity War or Endgame.
I mean,
whatever it
you
was.
can't say pops when these movies are still doing $1 billion at the box office.
I just don't. But they're not getting
I think
the praise
the
anymore.
I think the hype.
yeah, it's all gone.
Is
all that shit is gone. And I also think it's oversaturation with these TV shows. Like you don't need all this. And if you're gonna do this, then stick with this and don't do movies. Then just give everybody TV shows. Because why does like you gave Captain America, now he's getting a movie, New World. Like why does he get that now? Like it made no sense. You oversaturating me with him. Like he didn't need a TV show then. You could have just made 2 movies, or you could have just done something else. You could have given it more time, more explanation for things. I just feel like the TV shows kind of fucked everything up. They're doing more harm than good. I think.
No, because I mean, I think Loki does.
I'm not saying
harm.
1 or 2, but bro,
Right.
1 or 2 shows are fine, but you're coming at us with all this. It's just not. It's too much.
No, every quarter there's.
That's what I'm saying. Like I would have been okay with just Loki to explain the time thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and now I get where Kang comes in.
Multiverses.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Wanda because you had to set up for multiverse madness. Okay, then that's it. I don't need any more. Like we don't need Hawkeye. I don't need Captain America: The Winter Soldier because you're just gonna give me a movie anyway with him. So it didn't matter.
I feel like most of those, if it wasn't for the streaming service, those would have been movies. And I think that those were probably ideas that were on the docket, and then they said, "Oh, hey, we have this streaming service thing. We need content for it. Let's do the thing."
I guess.
And then they're like, "Oh, good. We don't have to like pay editors to edit half this stuff down. Let's just write a fucking series."
I just wasn't impressed with Secret Invasion.
I
have nothing against the cast. I have nothing against.
It wasn't bad.
I just feel like Colby Smulders has been there since Avengers.
Yes.
Like she died such an insignificant death.
In the first episode.
Yeah, I just felt like
Spoiler.
they did her kind of dirty.
You know, they didn't really heal definitely.
That's what I'm saying. And then Talos, you did him kind of dirty. He just kind of dies. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? It just like it felt like they were trying to do that. Oh no, not him too. Like the shocking stuff.
Yeah.
Just wasn't working. It was falling very flat every time. And all due respect,
because Talos had only really ever been in Captain Marvel.
All due respect to Sam Jackson, but I felt like this was his weakest performance as Nick Fury.
Yeah,
I just didn't buy it.
Because so much of the movie hinged on his performance.
It just wasn't.
He was the main character.
It just wasn't good for me. I didn't like it. I didn't like what they did. I didn't like his choices.
I was never even go back even further. Like the whole scroll thing was never
my thing. I didn't like the Kree scroll thing. I didn't like
the space stuff. Right?
I didn't like the annihilation. I didn't like the annihilation wave of Nihilus. People keep bringing his name up.
Yeah,
and I just didn't care about him. I didn't care about Kang. I didn't care about time. I liked multiverse theory. Always was a fan of that, of multiple people. Like, I like the idea
different universes.
Of 616B. You got Miles Morales and Peter Parker's dead. Yeah. I like that kind of stuff because you can play with that stuff. Just like DC, where you got a black Superman on one Earth, you got an evil Superman on another, you got one that he doesn't even come to the planet. I like all that ideas and those theories. It's pretty cool.
You have more creative freedom.
Yeah, I'm with the multiverse theory. But when you start to do the time, and this guy's correcting time, it's like, what? I don't know. I can't get with it. And now you like I said, nothing against Emilia Clarke, but like she's now the Super Skrull. I was just like, what? This makes no sense.
Yes, because they hired a well-known actress to play her.
They could have put her anywhere.
Yeah, that's.
They could have put her anywhere else.
I agree. That's just what they decided.
I know. I see your point.
Yeah.
But she could have played any other part. That was, like I said, again, rushed. Lazy booking, as Jim Cornette always said.
Because I think if they went with some unknown chick, you just would have been like, who's this and why do I care?
Exactly. No, I understand. It's just that.
Because it was, Daenerys Targaryen. You'd be like, oh, this person must be important. They're bringing Daenerys
They're not going to pay
Targaryen.
somebody.
Yeah, they're playing Daenerys Targaryen.
I understand that. But, like, come on.
The first of her name, the Storm.
You know what movie I'm excited to see? Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
I was a fan of the comic book. I'm a fan of the cartoon character, Jaime Ramirez, I think his name is. The kid who plays him from Karate Kid is pretty cool. The guy knows actually karate and shit, so he's good with action.
He's going to do karate things.
And the costume and everything looks like, okay, they nailed it. So I'm excited to see that.
I just want to know how it's going to work with everything there.
James Gunn, DC, I'm interested to see where he goes. And it all depends to me on how he casts Batman. I keep reading whispers that it might be Jensen Ackles from Supernatural, and I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
I'm okay with if it's him. But he played Soldier Boy in The Boys.
Yeah.
Anybody's wondering.
I think you might need a little bit more of a heavyweight because it's going from Ben Affleck.
Yes, but that didn't do well.
No, I know.
So if you do like a younger dude, you have a little bit more longevity with him.
Yeah.
You know? And listen, you want people to enjoy the guy on the screen. He's a good-looking dude. Like, he's not old. Like, so that's what I'm saying. I would
Bruce
strike
Wayne
him.
has to be suave.
And not to mention, Jensen Ackles is in his 40s. He's not
True.
He's not young. You know, so he'd play a great Bruce Wayne. He'd be
looks young.
I know, but he'd be believable to have a child like Damian Wayne and to be
That's what they're doing, right? They're doing
Batman Bold and Brave. It's going to have
Brave.
wait.
I saw the meme that made me laugh was like it was a picture of James Gunn is like Batman's going to be a struggling dad the way his son, and then it's Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Like you rang.
Yeah.
Like that's my job.
This is
That's my job.
bread and butter right there.
My job. I play. I'm America's daddy.
Pedro Pascal did a shitty job in Wonder Woman.
Yes, you know why? Because he wasn't playing his natural role as a distressed father.
I'm typecast as an orphan. Damn it!
As a distressed, struggling father.
Well, they casted that Superman as that young kid. They cast the whole cast. They showed them. You see it?
Did they?
Yeah, a bunch of young people. It's gonna be interesting. Superman Legacy, it's called.
I am at least willing to give James Gunn a shot with everything he's doing.
We'll see. Like I said, it all depends to me on how he casts Batman. Whoever they say Batman is, if I'm in. If he shocks everybody and is Ben Affleck, even better. But I don't think that'll happen. But listen, Superman's a relatively unknown guy. Who the hell is the guy that they cast? Some young kid.
Yeah, and right? even when Henry Cavill was cast,
he was a nobody.
He wasn't a nobody. He had only really done
soap operas.
He was on the Tudors. Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. He was like a soap opera guy. Like, dude, Jensen Ackles has a little bit away from Supernatural. Has a following. Yes, he was on The Boys as Soldier Boy.
Yes,
I'm telling you, that wouldn't be a bad choice.
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at it.
That would not be a bad choice to be Batman.
I just think you need a little more gravitas.
I don't think so.
Pedro Pascal for Batman.
No.
Watch, it's gonna happen.
No, it's too
old.
No. I could see him as a good bad guy, maybe Two-Face.
Nah.
I could see Pedro Pascal as like a Harvey Two-Face. Maybe Clayface. They never done Clayface before. That'd be sick.
He's a guy made out of clay.
That's pretty awesome. I thought that was I always thought Clayface was a pretty deep
But
character.
here's the thing now. Anytime I think Clayface now, I'm thinking Alan Tudyk from the Harley Quinn show.
That's the problem.
Yes. I'm thinking it's too silly. Because there are certain things they do with characters. Like Bane. Anytime everybody does Bane, they have to be like
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, they have to be overtly Spanish to do it.
Or you got to do Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah, Ricardo Montalban, or you're doing robotic voice Bane.
Yeah. I am Bane. I am here to kill you, Batman. Yeah, you cannot beat me today, Batman.
What's break force, your spirit or your body?
I am going to break the bat tonight. I love that bat.
But you and I are both initiated members of the League of Shadows.
Ha
Hell's heart I stab at thee.
I don't know. I just think Jensen Ackles has he could do a good, because I've seen him in Supernatural and he's like, Dean! Sam!
He does the grumbly voice.
Does the good grumbly voice. I think he would be a great Batman.
Which is like 10% of Batman.
It is. The grumbly voice, the brooding. They always brood in Supernatural.
You have to be broody.
He's got all that stuff. He's got it.
That's the one thing Pattinson has down of that. He fucking broods like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He looks so fucking...
Something in the rain.
It didn't help what they went with.
That fucking song ever.
One of the most depressing Nirvana songs ever.
And he's just staring off into the distance. I was like, Jesus Christ. Could that movie be more depressing?
Yes, it could have, actually.
You're right. Batman, yeah, you're right.
It could have been way more bleak. There could have, but they would have pushed the article of good taste.
Yeah.
Because it just would have been just gratuitous.
I just wasn't a fan of how he did that.
Oh, I say I was, because I like...
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, that's why I hope James Gunn gives me the Batman we've been waiting for. I thought I was going to get it with Ben Affleck. I really did.
Because he had the chin.
He just had it all. The costume, the cars, it all looked like Batman to me. I was like, yo, this is awesome.
It was convincing.
Yeah.
Like, you would believe.
Because even Christian Bale, at first I was like, I don't know, this guy is fucking American Psycho, really? And then I saw Batman Begins, and at the end I was like, all right, you got me. All right, let's see. And then Dark Knight, I was like, oh shit. And then Dark Knight Rises, I'm like,
he's the Batman.
Talks a little too much with that raspy voice, doesn't he?
I really like it a lot. Swear to me.
So anyway, I noticed I've been watching a lot of stop motion.
Well, because you're making stop motion.
Stop motion, but I've discovered this new thing called play motion, where people just basically play. Their hands are in the shot.
So it's not trying. Okay.
So they're not even trying to.
Right.
Fuck stop motion. We'll just fly around.
Yeah, you can see people's hands and.
So yeah, exactly. And let me tell you something. I'm not against it. Not bad. I mean, I think to myself too, like, Wouldn't it be fun to just get high on a Sunday afternoon and play with your toys and film it?
I mean, I don't really play with my toys, so I'm like, again, I
Are you one of those boring people that display everything?
yes, it does not leave the.
God, you're like Artie.
Does not leave. I take it out of the. I take it out of the package. I let him breathe.
Artie drives me crazy because he's got like Army of Hydra.
Oh, you see, it would annoy my cousin's kids
He's got
too.
the fucking shield agents. And
Yeah, no,
it,
believe me, I had to deal with the stares from my family when they would be over at my house because my cousin's kid is very much like me. Like my cousin has said publicly to several people that she feels like she's raising a smaller version of me. But like I had my Marvel shelf and I have my Star Wars shelf, and he was like glued to it. I'm just like, buddy, I'm sorry. I know it sounds super weird that they're all just sitting out there, but can you just not play with them because they're such a fucking pain in the ass once you have them situated.
My issue is like when kids play with shit, they like pop hands out. They're like Wolverine's got delicate claws. People pop like, yo,
yeah,
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, don't like especially with a lot of those the cheaper Wolverine claws.
When you're a kid,
you don't think about these things.
You don't think about that stuff. Like when you get older, you paid for it.
Yeah,
it's your money.
Yeah.
So you're like, yo, don't.
Also, like the toys that we weren't playing with $20 a pop action figures.
That is very true.
We were playing with maybe
$5.
$5.
They were $6.99.
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
$6.99. Even then, back then, my mom was like, I'm not buying you. That's $6.
Yeah, I think my limit was $4.99.
Yeah, $6.99. So
$5.
When you went to Toys R Us, I think it was like $7.99 for like a Marvel figure.
Yeah, no, I never got any of those.
Now we're talking $27.99. If you're lucky, if you come with extra accessories, $34.
Yeah, no.
I just bought I just told you, I just bought Kamakura.
From G.I. Joe.
And yeah, it's from G.I. Joe Classified Series and Snake Eyes with the wolf timber. Right? Got it on McCurry. Huge. If you're looking to buy shit, go on McCurry. Mercari, whatever the fuck it's called. That shit scores every single time.
I mean, shit. There were times I was going to buy.
You can make offers too. I like that, and they just accept it, and you just get it. And it's like, check the stars, make sure they're highly reviewed, and like so far, I've had better luck with them than Amazon. The last 3 or 4 packages from Amazon, I had to send back because the toys were either broken or stolen.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, like I have experience with Mercari because when I forget what year it was the year before Rise of Skywalker came out, and it was at Comic-Con. They had the Sith Trooper. It was like when they was like, oh look, there's gonna be this new Stormtrooper, and it was like the red one.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted it, and
I have one. Yeah.
Yeah, they had like a Comic-Con exclusive one, and I was just like,
okay. I still have the New York Comic-Con Compound Hulk.
The Compound Hulk that we waited on.
I don't have the box, the white box.
No, you took it out of the box, but
I have him in the package.
Oh, okay.
So he's still in the Marvel Universe package.
Nice.
I don't know how much he is.
That's probably.
But I'm just keeping him there.
I mean,
he's hanging on my wall.
You could probably look for it. Look it up.
Because I'm thinking about getting rid of him anyway. Because I don't need him. He's a small one.
Yeah, I
got rid of all those small figures.
Oh, the 3.5 inch ones.
Yeah, this Marvel Universe one. Yeah, he's the small ones. But yeah, I was thinking about getting rid of him soon.
I remember the extents we went to get that too.
I had to wait online. We had to be there at a certain time.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, I was so happy when I got him.
Yep. This was the first.
It was the first Comic-Con we went to, and that was because they had the whole display of those small guys because those were the ones that were in at the time. Those were the older ones.
Yeah, because Hasbro hadn't taken over Marvel Legends yet. I think.
No, yeah, they just started.
Yes.
Because Artie was just starting to collect those, and then Artie said to me, he goes, give it time. You'll graduate.
You'll get here.
And I said, no, I'm done with figures. And then Wolverine came out, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so this is what they look like now, huh? That was it. That's all he said to me. He goes, yeah.
And they move, and they're posable.
Huh. And he goes, you're going to start collecting them, aren't you? I go, yeah, I just can use Wolverine.
Several years later.
Yeah. Well, he did it to me because he's like, no, you could take that Wolverine and have an extra one. And I said, what? He goes, yeah, again.
And then he started buying by the retail case.
Then I started buying them by the wave. Yeah.
Because we realized that was the only way to get every single one was to buy the wave.
But you know what? That's my dopamine hit. You know, like some people, like
I know.
Hit big on gambling.
Buying mine is. You know what mine is? A new video game console.
Like to me, it's like just now. Like I got Kamakura, and this guy, I'm like, for $60 like total. That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not bad at all.
Like when I just went out, I didn't need to buy it, but I wanted to buy it because I could. I bought a Series X.
Yeah,
and I was just like, it was like the greatest feeling. I pre-ordered online on Target, came in, picked it up. I took an Uber to Target.
Nothing feels better than when you find it.
Yeah.
Like when you go in, you're like,
Yeah, when we, like I said, when I bought my PS5 and we were in Walmart and I saw it, and I was just like,
yeah.
motherfucker, I wasn't, like, because I wasn't going there to expect.
Dude, I bought, like, I'm starting to get into that army building and, like, vehicle building because, like, I'm doing the stop motion stuff. I'm starting to do the play motion because it's just fun for me. Listen, I'm a 40-year-old child. I love playing with toys and video games. I don't, like, judge me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with
I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not hurting nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything bad to me.
We're not running a confidence. We're not running a mid-level marketing scheme on people.
And listen, there are people out there. Their dopamine hit is 1,000 pairs of sneakers. There's people out there.
I mean, if
closets full of clothes.
If I had, that's one of the things. If I had the resources to do so, I probably would.
I wouldn't, because I'm just so into the toys.
No, I would be.
And like collectible stuff, that's where my money would go.
Yeah.
But look, my girl bought me these shoes. They're no name. They have no name on them.
I was about to hit you with the what are those?
Yeah, they have no name on them, but they feel like wrestling shoes. So I'm like, they're comfortable. I'll take them.
They looked like bootleg Air Maxes.
Yeah, they are. But I don't care.
Just like they have the bootleg Adidas foam things.
Yeah, I don't care because like, dude, they're literally, you're gonna wear them down to nothing.
Yeah,
they're on your feet, and you're gonna wear them literally down to the sole. Like, so it's like,
I already have holes in mine.
Exactly. So it's like, who gives a shit what the name is on it? They're literally meant to just keep your feet safe from the ground. As I got older, I started to realize that about shoes. Like, it's like, listen, you could spend a lot of money on sneakers. I'll never stop you if that's your thing. But you got to remember, you're wearing them down by you're destroying them.
Yes.
So it's like, why even?
Why spend the
money? I know Nike right now is going to shut us down.
There goes our Nike. There goes our Nike and Adidas.
But it's like, I don't know.
There goes the hope of ever me getting free sneakers from.
Listen, no, buy all the sneakers you want, but just you should buy sensible. You shouldn't.
Ming getting free pairs of Jordans from
$300 fucking Jordans, $350
Jordans. That's I don't know if I would go to that length.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
But there are other shoes that I would get, like like Nike Free Runs. Like I have a very specific fashion taste that I like to stick with.
Yeah.
So, those. I'm wearing my first pair of Adidas Sambas if you want to go into a sneaker talk for a while, and I was pleasantly surprised.
These are not bad, but I know that because they're cheap shoes,
people are going to be hitting me with the what are those?
Not even. It's just they're not going to last.
Yeah, probably not.
So these I'm just going to put.
I mean, I got 6 months on these.
These might be just something that I wear when I go like pick her up.
Yeah.
Just slide them on. Or if I go for a walk in the park.
Yeah. You're not worried. You're not worrying about messing them up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I'll just buy another nice pair of Uptown. Uptowns are always my go-to.
Yeah. Because I think we're
that's my era.
Men of a certain age.
That's my
we
era.
have a uniform that we wear.
Yeah, that's my era, yo.
And mine is camo jorts and sneakers and a t-shirt.
You turned your jean shorts in for your camo shorts. That's a rock joke from 2013 with
Yes.
Cena.
No, I didn't ever wear jean shorts, but I was always a camo cargo jorts type.
Anyway, follow us at False Finish Productions on all your social media channels. Follow Brandon at Brandon All Hope and Apparently Nothing. Follow Legend Series or Legend_series, please. And just check out all my cool stuff coming up. Check out the new match we just posted on our page. Jordan Oliver versus Felix Davila, Crazy Rican. It's a pretty good match. Jordan put up his title on the grabs, and Felix gave him a run for his money, almost won the belt.
I'm happy for him that he was able to get that.
Listen, Jordan graced these kids with one hell.
Well, I know that was his Jordan's doing this, so I could feel wouldn't say jealousy, but
it's not even that. Just like Jordan graced these people with a great match.
This is the guy that he started with, and he's so much further ahead.
Yeah, and Felix. He gave Felix the confidence booster that he needed.
Yeah. So I'm happy that he has that.
So Felix now is going to use this momentum. If you're looking to book Felix, watch that match. I'm telling you, will not be disappointed. He did a very great job.
We're not getting 10% of his booking fee.
No,
so
I'm not doing this yet. He did a great job. I'm very proud of him. So follow the page, False Finish. Continue to watch this podcast. Ming will be back next week. We'll be live.
I know. We're going to have a live
from Boner Jams
studio audience.
And then we're going to do a live watch along of SummerSlam from Detroit. So That's Brandon. I'm Tony. This has been the False Finish Podcast. Take it easy, everybody.